Today we'll show you these historic buildings which were disassembled in Europe, transported across the Atlantic Ocean, and reassembled right here in Virginia at the Frontier Culture Museum. Today we'll share the backstory of these European farms to give you a sense of the people who lived in them,
while also making some furry friends along the way.
Don't forget to add this underrated living history museum to your Virginia bucket list. Before we visit the museum, we actually have a confession to make.
We used to live in this area and passed this museum every single day, but we never went to it.
And we've only been here a few moments, but it's way bigger than we imagined. This place is massive. People use golf carts to get around. The houses are amazingly preserved, and there are animals. We can't wait to explore the rest of it. We're starting with the oldest European farm here at the Frontier Culture Museum, where women brewed beer and children had the dirtiest job. This house is so cute. It actually really feels like you're in England, especially because the weather's kind of crappy and cloudy. It's just so picture perfect.
This house was built in the 1650s and occupied by a working class farmer known as a yeoman farmer and his family.
Corey just went inside and he's like, ooh, it smells. So let's see what it smells like.
I wish our place smelled like this all the time. It's very smoky and rustic.
It smells good. This is a huge chimney. Santa could definitely get down that one pretty easily.
So this bed makes me believe one of two things. Either people were built tougher back then or they were in constant pain. I mean, look at this, no mattress, it's just rope.
They were really ahead of their time. Electricity. Oh my God. Look at that butt.
Yeah, back then you really had to hold on to your butts. And that's because this room is called a buttery, which refers to the barrels, also known as butts.
Those barrels stored the beer that the woman of the house would make, and not only did she make beer and ale for the adults, but she made it for the children too, because water was not safe to drink, so yes, kids back in the 1600s actually drank alcohol. Okay, so get this, the youngest child of the house every morning would have to pick up the chamber pot and then throw it out the window. I feel so bad for them. Good morning, Johnny. Can you dump my crap?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm only here for the animals. I don't care about the buildings, the exhibits. I'm here for the goats.
I am most excited for this next house because it comes from a country I've always wanted to go to, Ireland. Okay, as we are approaching this Ireland farm, it legitimately looks like it's in Ireland. It's got the cute little cottage, it's got the stone fences. We also do have the cloudy weather, so I'm just pretending like I am in Ireland just for a second. This house is from the 1740s and would have been occupied by a middle-class farming family. They would have had cows and horses, but they would have actually made most of their money from something else, which we'll get to in a bit. Well, this is as open concept as it gets. You got the kitchen, dining room, bathroom, family room, all in one. So the parents or the oldest couple, they would sleep in that bed. And then if you're wondering where the rest of the family would sleep, this table folds into the wall, and then they would just put a bunch of straw cots and stuff down on the floor, and that's where everyone else slept.
This next room is the money maker. This is where the family that lived here would make their own fabric, which they would sell.
This house was made for leprechauns. An interesting tidbit about this house is that the people who occupied it would not actually own the home. So they had to make linen to make extra money to be able to afford their rent. Sheep! We found sheep! Oh my God, they're everywhere! Oh, the more the merrier. Come on by. All right, our last house is for peasants. Actually, yeah, no, seriously, it was for peasants. For this being a peasant farmer's house, I think this is the largest house that we've seen. This home is from 1690. The family here would grow grapes as well as grain. This is so cute. They have the little wooden shoes when you walk in. I think if we were on House Hunters, this is the house I would choose. There's tons of natural light and it's ginormous. Okay, this is really cool. So this is basically a stove, but you put the wood in on the other side of the wall and then this slowly heats up and it would heat the whole room. This is where they would put the wood in, and so it would not only fuel the fire, but again, it would heat the other side of the wall. All right, I just realized why this house is so big. The other part of this house was added on in the 1800s because there was overpopulation issues in Germany. So this was a duplex. A whole nother family lived here, and they shared the kitchen and they shared the bedrooms upstairs. Corey found where the stairs are, but... Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing
Probably
this,
not. But that's where they went, upstairs to
I do
sleep.
see stairs.
We are on our way to see the biggest pig I think I've ever seen in my life.
Huge.
We're coming for you, buddy.
Like, what are they feeding this thing? Did they eat all the other pigs?
Whoa, look at you. Oh my gosh, it smells so bad.
That's the happiest pig I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Living its best life in the mud. It was walking through the mud, pooping in the mud.
Everything went kind of well until it started pooping, and then we're like, okay, nice knowing you. Let me first just start off by saying I'm glad that we only selected the European farms today because this place is so huge.
I really enjoyed my time here. I find it so fascinating. These homes were originally constructed in Europe, deconstructed, brought over here, constructed again. It's like stepping in a time machine.
Yep.
And seeing how my ancestors may have lived.
We already said house number 3 was our favorite, but comment below which of these European farms was your favorite. And as always, thanks for watching. Today we'll...
Here is where the family that lived here would make their own fabric.
Nope.
This house was